Hi, Denise. It's good to see you. I'm going to get you to tell me what brought you here, but before you do, I like to just tell you a little bit about the process. So, have you seen a counselor before?
No, it's actually my first time.
First time. Okay. So, what I'll do is get you to tell me a little bit about what brought you here, and then we'll look at the most troubling aspects of what brought you here. Um, and also, we can work out a plan together as to what might help. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so before we do that, we have to talk about confidentiality because I know sometimes people are concerned with where the information that you're telling me is going to go. So, just to let you know, everything you tell me is safe. I'm not going to tell no one else is going to know your information that we share. The only times, sometimes confidentiality can get a little messy depending on what the substances that you actually tell me. So if you're to share anything about maybe hurting yourself or hurting someone else, I would have to tell somebody else, and we can talk about that given the time being. Or also if you talk about any sort of abuse maybe in the past or any current abuse, we might also have to look into sharing that with somebody else as well. So that's confidentiality. Now that we're done with that, what sort of brings you here? What do you feel like brought you to therapy? Were you referred?
No, I feel that I need the help. It's just some problems that I have been having with me and my husband. So
Okay.
That's the reason that I came here, just to talk in regards to that.
Okay. So have you had any counseling before? Or?
No, this is actually my first time.
Your first time.
Yes.
Okay. And so what are some of the issues you're having with your husband?
I feel that our communication, it's lacking. Like, we don't see each other that much, and the times that we actually see each other, it's just like we argue about little things. So it's bicker about little things, and that's all we talk about. It's not, I feel that we're not the same as we used to be before, when we would just tell each other everything.
And so how long has the problem been happening?
I feel about 6 months. I feel that it has changed.
Your communication?
Yes.
Okay. And how, like, as far as regards to you guys not communicating, what's like a typical day with you and your husband? Like, what kind of stems out of that?
Well, we barely see each other now because I work and then he works, and now his shifts have changed. So sometimes he works during the day, sometimes he works during the night. So we hardly see each other. And then when we do see each other, I feel that I don't really get to express myself. I feel that we just, I don't know, we argue about the little things, because I don't know why.
Is this like on a daily basis, or maybe a couple times a week?
Maybe, let me see, maybe about 3 times or 4 times a week that this happens.
Okay. So over these past 6 months, do you not feel as closely related with your husband, or you feel more distant? Or
I feel that we've been growing more distant.
And have you presented the problem to your husband at all?
We haven't. No, I haven't actually sat down with him and talk about it. No, we haven't talked about it.
Okay, I can see how that's troubling. What is your work history? Where do you work right now?
I'm a bank teller.
Okay.
So yeah, I work 4 times a week.
Okay. So do you work during the daytime?
During the daytime, and sometimes I go in at 1 and then get out till it closes, maybe 5.
Okay, and your husband?
He just got promoted. He's a manager at Target, and his shift always changes. Sometimes there's one week that he'll work during the day. There's other ones that he works during the night. So every week it's different. It changes.
Does that affect you at all, the changing schedule?
Yes, because I feel that I don't see him as much, and then the days that he works during the night, like I get out and then he's already leaving for work, so I don't even get to see him.
And have you ever brought up these issues to your husband at all, or?
I've complained about it, like, oh, you're always working, you're getting so many hours, I don't see you, but we really haven't addressed it.
Okay. And what are his typical responses to the situation?
Well, he loves his job, so he's like, I feel that, he feels that that was a great opportunity for him, you know, because he got promoted.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's earning more and he has more responsibility. So he likes that.
Okay, so he doesn't really talk about you guys as much as he
No.
refers to his job.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, and then how's the home life? Is it just you two, or do you guys have any children or a family living with you?
It's just me and him.
Okay,
Yeah, we don't have any kids yet.
okay. And are you guys planning to have any kids or anything?
We
like that?
tried, but it hasn't worked out.
Okay. So, do you guys have any other issues besides the job schedules that can contribute to the lack of communication? Maybe like any medical issues that you guys have?
I don't know. Well, the only issue that we've been having is maybe we've been trying to have kids, but we haven't been able to. So that'll be in regards to my part,
Mhm.
fertility issues.
Oh, okay. So, you've been checked out by a doctor? And
Yes.
Kind of going through some of that. Okay.
Yes.
So, does any of that affect your mindset at all? Do you feel depressed or any medical issues like that, where you feel sad or any anxiety?
Yeah, there's times that I do, you know, that I'm sad because I feel that my communication between my husband is not the same. I hardly see him, and so it's just me, you know. At times during the night, I get out of work and I'm just there by myself, you know. So
Okay. And so as far as like the depression, do you ever, sometimes when people are really depressed or sad, they get into thoughts or ideas about themselves and about living, just trying to keep on living every day. Do you ever feel like, do you ever get ideas of wanting to harm yourself or anything like that?
no.
No, do you ever feel like it's just too hard to deal with these situations that you just wouldn't want to continue living or anything?
Well, it is hard, but I wouldn't harm myself.
Okay, so what prevents you from harming yourself or not wanting to harm yourself?
I don't know. That has just not crossed my mind of doing anything towards
Okay.
myself.
That's good. That's good. So the level of sadness comes more from just not being able to see your husband and talk with your husband, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so, are there any other issues that maybe you guys kind of have as far as communication? Maybe any substance abuse at home, any drinking or
No,
smoking?
none of that. There's no. I don't drink, and he drinks, but it's like occasionally,
Okay.
not
Okay.
all the time.
Okay. And do you guys go to any church or any religious beliefs or preferences?
We used to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us are Catholic, so we used to go to church on Sundays. But because of our schedules and his schedule, we don't really go. We don't really attend church anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you did go to church, did you feel like that helped you guys, or your relationship was any stronger? Or
Yeah, I think so because we would go to the one, you know, the one at 7 in the morning, and then after that we would go to have breakfast after that, and we don't. That was like our routine, and we don't do that anymore.
and have you brought up maybe going to church again or setting up a Sunday routine with him?
No, I haven't brought it up.
Okay.
Maybe I should.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any like social support networks maybe, like besides your husband, maybe like a close friend or a close family member that you
I
can
have.
talk to?
I'm only close to one of my friends, but we don't really see each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then my family, they live far away. They live in another state, so I sometimes talk to them, but not as often.
Okay. Okay. So, have you ever brought up to any